Okay, let's take a look at SPM year 2019, paper 2, questions number 7. So a metal solid is formed by combining a cone and a cylinder with a radius r cm. The total surface area of the solid a cm square is given by A is equal to this one. Alright, so A, the solid, expands when heated. It is given that the surface area of the solid changes at the rate of 1.4 pi cm square per second. Find the rate of change of the radius in cm per second when its radius is 6 cm. Find the approximate change in the surface area of the solid in terms of pi. So when the radius increases from 6 cm to 6.02 cm. And this part A of the question gives us 6 marks. Part B will be if a solid of a same shape is to be formed in such that the total surface area is minimum. Find the minimum total surface area of the solid in terms of pi when A has a stationary value, dA dr is equal to 0. And part B of the question gives us 4 marks. So since this is a section B questions, so for question 7 you have total 10 marks. Alright, so we know we are given the area formula, surface area formula is 2A, sorry not 2A, is A equals to 2 pi 18 over R plus R squared over 3. So we are given, it is given that the surface area of the solid changes at the rate of 1.4 pi cm square per second. So we have dA dt. So dA dt is equal to 1.4 pi cm square per second. So we are asked to find the rate of change of the radius when its radius is 6 cm. So meaning we are asked to find dr dt. So how do we find dr dt? So dr dt is equal to dr over dA multiply dA dt. Alright, so we already given what is dA dt. So we need to find out dr dA. So how do you find dr dA? We can use the surface area formula. We differentiate the surface area with respect to R, meaning dA dr. Then we flip it around and we'll get dr over dA. So what will be dA dr? dA dr will be, okay, 2 pi remain. So differentiate 18 over R. We'll get minus 18 over R squared. And then this will be 2R over 3. Right? And then we are given when its radius is at 6 cm. So we have R. Right? So we just substitute all this in. So dr over dA will be equal to 1 over 2 pi minus 18 over R squared. R is 6. So 6 squared plus 2R. 2 multiplied 6 divided by 3 dA dt. dA dt will be this one. The blue color box, which is equals to for 1.4 pi. Okay, so what we get is pi and pi I can cancel off. Then this one 2 I become 1. This one becomes 0.7. Alright, so the negative 18 over 6 square will be negative 0.5 plus 3, this one is 2, this one is 4, multiply 0.7, And our answer would be 0.286 cm per second. Okay, second part of questions, find the approximate changes in the surface area of the solid in terms of pi. So when the radius is increased from 6 cm to 6.02. So in terms of pi, that means we leave the pi at the end of the solutions, alright? So this is approximate changes. So that is delta A over delta R is approximate to dA dr. Okay, we are looking for approximate change in surface area. So that means we are looking for delta A. So delta A is equals to dA dr multiply delta R. So dA dr will be this one. 2 pi multiply negative 18 over R square plus 2R over 3. 2 pi negative 18 over R square plus 2R over 3. And my delta R will be from 6 cm to 6.02, meaning 6.02 minus 6. So in this case, my R would be 6. Alright? So original radius is 6. So 2 pi minus 18 over 6 square plus 2 multiply 6 over 3 multiply 6.02 minus 6, I get 0.02. And then my answer would be 2 pi, this will be 3.5 multiply 0.02. So 2 multiply 3.5 multiply 0.02. I'll get 0.14 pi. This is small changes on the surface area. The unit will be cm square. Okay, we just leave the pi at the end of the solutions because we are asked to find in terms of pi. Right, second part of question B. If a solid of the same shape is formed in such that the total surface area is minimum, find the minimum total surface area of the solid in terms of pi. Again, in terms of pi, that means we can leave pi at the end of our answer, where when A has a stationary value of dA over dr is equal to 0. So dA over dr is equal to 0. Okay, so what is dA over dr? Okay, dA over dr is here, the yellow color box that we got previously is 2 pi minus 18 over R square plus 2R over 3, isn't it? Yes, correct. So these whole equations is equal to 0. Then we need to find out what is the value of R. Right? So equal to 0, that means 2 pi, this 2 pi these 2 pi definitely cannot equal to 0, right? So the only thing can become 0 is minus 18 over R square plus 2R over 3 is equal to 0. Right? And then, what shall I do? 3R square, and then this one will be negative 80 multiply 3, I get minus 54 plus 2R cubed is equal to 0. Right? So R cannot equal to 0. Why? Because when R equals to 0, your denominator is equal to 0. In fractions, denominator cannot be 0. So one of the things that can become 0 is minus 54 plus 2R r cubed equals to 0. So 2r cubed is equal to 54. R cubed will be equal to 27. R will be equal to 3 cm. R is the radius of the metal solid. So how do we know whether this 3 is a maximum or minimum? We need to use second order differentiations. So that means d square a dr square. Right? Let me write out dA dr is equal to 2 pi minus 18 r square plus 2r over 3. So if I differentiate dA dr again, so what can I get? I'll get 2 pi 18 multiplied 2, I'll get 36 over r cubed plus 2 over 3. Alright, so we got this. Then we substitute when r equals to 3, whether it is greater than 0 or less than 0. When it's greater than 0, it is minimum. When it's smaller than 0, that is maximum. So let's find out. When r equals to 3 cm, d square a dr square is equal to 2 pi 36 over 3 cubed will be 27 plus 2 over 3. So from here, we do not need to calculate. It will be definitely more than 0. So when you are more than 0, you're happy, then you smile. So this is the emoji, and this is minimum. So the question requirement is find the minimum total surface area. So we already have the minimum radius. So therefore the area will be, so what will be the area formula? So area formula is over here. 2 pi, okay, we need to get the minimum total surface area in terms of pi. So we leave pi at the end. So 2 pi multiply 18 over r is 3 plus 3 square over 3. 18 divided by 3, I get 6. Then 2 pi 6 plus 1. The answer is 14 cm square. So 14 pi cm square. So this will be our minimum total surface area. Okay, so that's all for now. I'll see you next time.